We'll wait for some time to see if people are joining, and then we can start answering the questions if we get some in chat. Hi Sushant, how much fees did you pay for masters and how did you fund it? So I paid around £20,000 for fees. The fees was £24,000, but 4,000 was scholarship. So the effective fees was £20,000, and you have to show around £9,000 for 9 or 10 months as living expense. So that was additional fees or the expense. So I took 20,000 loan, or um 20 lakh Indian rupees loan, and rest I had in my account. So yeah, that's how I funded my education. Sure. Can you please provide details of loan? Was it using collateral or without it? Was there co-applicant, and which bank? So I took loan from SBI and it was using collateral. Um, yes, I think my mom is co-applicant because the house is on my mom's name. So yeah, that is what all the details you probably would need. When are you planning to uh, come to UK or anywhere else? Hi, MT. Sure, go ahead. I will be starting my data science from University of Northumbria soon, September 23. I am a mechanical engineering graduate. What should I prepare before? And so few things you can do. First one would be programming. Python programming is probably something which you can do. So that is there. Most of the universities they also cover R. I mean, they don't really teach R. Some of the universities do, some don't. They give you assignments that you have to do in R. So that's there. But I think if you learn one programming language properly, that should be more than enough, because you will have basic understanding of how programming works, and then you can always pick up new programming language later on. So yeah, I would say Python would be the best case, or um, a good language to learn because it is very popular and it is being widely used in the industry as well. So I would say the first thing that you can do is learn Python. Once you are good with Python programming or R programming, you can brush up your mathematical concepts like statistics. So if you want to learn statistics, you can probably find a playlist on my channel, statistics for data science, and you can learn from that. It will cover all the basic concepts that you need, and it will give you a foundation on which you can always build upon whatever your university will teach. So those are the two things that I would say you can do. And I also have a dedicated video explaining this. In that I have covered all the various topics. So I will just look out for that video, and I will post the link in the chat so that you can just check out that video after this one. So here's the link. This link should give you a good idea about what all things you can cover before starting your masters. I am doing data science with Python, career path from DataCamp. So I think that should be more than enough. They will certainly cover quite a lot of things that you would do in your masters. So if you just complete that particular course, I think you should be fine. You're welcome, MT. I'm currently doing my masters in data science. What would you recommend me in order to find good, cheap accommodation in Newcastle? So, right now, the accommodations are getting very expensive. So, recently, I just came across a studio which was around 145 pounds per week last year, and now they are increasing that same studio's price to 170 pounds per week, which is quite expensive. So yes, student accommodations are getting really expensive. If you want to find some affordable ones, you can try looking at spare room, and that's where I found my accommodation. It was really very affordable. It was 250 pounds per month. So that's there. Maybe you won't be able to find something of that price today, but yes, you will be able to find something around 300 to 400 pounds per month, which in my opinion is good price. considering the expense of various accommodations here in Newcastle or in UK, if we talk about that. So yeah, I would say spare room would be the best place to look for affordable accommodation. Love your live videos. Keep it up. Thanks, George. Your words really keep me motivated, and when I see these live sessions are helpful or the videos in general are helpful, that's what keeps me going, because the everything is very busy. When you are living here alone and doing everything on your own, you have to do your full-time job, you have to do the cleaning, you have to do the cooking, you have to do almost everything on your own. You have to figure out and you have to find some time for this as well, because it takes quite a lot of time, it takes quite a lot of effort, so you don't get much time to relax if you are doing this as well along with all the other things. But whenever I see these comments and these motivational words and things like that, it always keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So yeah, thanks for your support, and I'm glad that my videos and live sessions are of help to all of you guys. Precast questions for Liverpool University. I don't know what could be the precast questions, because I never had any interview of that sort. So that's there. Maybe you can just Google and you will be able to find something. But if I have to just guess, they might ask you, why do you want to do this particular course, and why do you think this course is suitable for you, and they might also ask you some course related questions. So if you are going for data science, they might ask you some basic Python questions, data science related questions. So yes, uh, they might ask you those questions. So but I don't really have a very concrete answer for this, is because I never had any precast uh, interview or questions. So yeah, you should be able to find something online. Are there good part-time jobs in Newcastle? What should I do beforehand? Mm, in my batch, most of the people were doing part-time jobs, so I would say yes, there are, and with some effort, I think you should be able to find something. There are some warehouses here. There are a lot of restaurants where you can actually find part-time jobs. So yes, I would say you should be able to find something. What should I do beforehand? I'm not sure. Maybe you need to create a CV which is tailored to those kind of job, and not like your technical CV that you would create for a data science role. So it would be very different and very differently tailored for those kind of jobs. So maybe you'll have to work on those kind of CVs. In UK, will everyone have to go to London for tech jobs after completing masters? No, because I completed my masters from Newcastle University, and I'm doing my job here in Newcastle itself. A lot of my friends, they are still in Newcastle, so no, not everyone has to go to uh, London. You can always find something closer to your city where you are living. But yes, London is a big place, so there are a lot of jobs in London. So if you really fancy going there, yes, it is possible, but you don't really have to. And not everyone goes to London. Good companies in UK related to data science job roles. Well, there are lots and lots of companies. You can find Amazon, Google, Netflix, Apple, you name it. You have all the companies here. So yeah. What are the chances of getting a good 3 month internship job, paid or not paid, during this summer break? Mm, it is possible because I was able to find something. So if I was able to find, yes, of course you can find too. It's just how you are trying to find, because if you are just applying online, I think that's the hardest way to find something. You can go to various meetups, and there you might be able to find some good connections, and there you might be able to find something very good or relevant to your uh, requirements. So yeah, that's the way to find it. Or you can participate in hackathons, and maybe from there you can get some references. So yeah, it is totally possible. I was able to find, so I think you should be able to find too. Please give me some tips to find an internship. Wherever I am applying, my application is being rejected. I am currently doing my master's in data science from University of Hertfordshire. So yeah, that's what I was saying. When you are following the traditional way of finding a job or internship, it's kind of hard because everyone is trying to do the same thing. So several things that you can do. Like I told you, you can join hackathons. So in hackathons, you work on a project, and in most of the hackathons, there are people from various companies. They are looking out for good talent, and if they think you have done a good job in the hackathon, they might offer you a full-time role or an internship. So that is one way. The other thing is to go to meetups, and that's how I was able to find my internship. I used to join various type of data science meetups, and if you want to find different meetups, you can check out meetups.com, I think. Yeah, so if you just google this, you should be able to go to that website, and you can always find various kind of meetups going on around your area. So you should be able to join those, and you will be a part of a community, data science community, and there you will find a good connection, and then maybe from there you will be able to find some internship. So yeah, those are the few things that you can do apart from applying online, and you can always keep applying online as well. So those are the things that you should do. Are security jobs good in Newcastle? Would you recommend these for international students coming here this year? Maybe. I never looked into the security jobs, and I don't remember anyone doing this kind of job in my batch. So yeah, I don't have much idea, but yes, there should be a lot of security jobs here as well. And would I recommend this? If it is paying you well, and if you can manage, I think mostly the security jobs will be for night time, so you will be disturbing your sleep. But if you can manage, and if you are not affecting your studies, then yes, you can do. But if it is affecting your studies, then I would not recommend that. What would you recommend an international student coming in September to University of Northumbria, SAS Newcastle, for data science? Anything that would be great for us to know? Uh, Few obvious thing that you will obviously do is you will collect your BRP and your ID card and all those kind of things. Um, some things, yeah. uh, okay, the one most important thing that I would suggest is the education system here is very different. So when you come here, yes, you will have some time in the beginning to enjoy and maybe visit few different places, and you should do it. That's very good. But once you start your course, maybe 2 weeks into your course, you should actually and by that time you will start getting your assignments. So I would say as soon as you get your assignments, you should uh, look at assignments. Even if you don't know anything, it's fine. You should just read through assignments multiple times. You should just understand what are the requirements and what all things you have to submit, so that you will have good idea about what are the things that you need to submit and what all things that you need to do, and based on that you can go through your coursework. So that is something which I would suggest. And something that you can do before coming here is prepare yourself technically and probably soft skill side as well, because here technical skills are not everything. You need to have good soft skills as well. Your communication should be really good. You will have one whole year to improve your communication when you will be in your masters. But if you start doing it from now on, and when you will start your course, when you will interact with your faculty members, I think you will be able to give them a good impression, and maybe you will be able to find something from them as well. Because some of my friends, they were able to find some projects from Northumbria University. They were able to find some projects from their professors, so it was a good opportunity for them, I guess. So yeah, if you are able to improve your communication skills, I think it will give a good impression to your professors, and in turn it will give you some opportunities. So that is something. mm, Few other things which I think most people do, but I will still mention. Don't bring too much stuff with you, like clothes and utensils and stuff. You can buy everything here, and it's not too expensive. So that's there. Yes, things that you would want to bring is different type of spices, if you like, because you can find those as well, but it's kind of hard to find them. Or maybe even if you are able to find them, they are relatively expensive. So that is what I would suggest. How is your job at Stanley going, brother? Are there good jobs here in UK? How the situation like for us? My job at Stanley is going really good. I am really enjoying it. I am actually tapping into various different uh, type of roles, I would say. I'm not just doing my technical stuff. I'm also working with business team, with a lot of different type of things. So yes, I am really enjoying it. I am really finding it to be very interesting. So that's a good thing. Are there good jobs? So yes, there are number of jobs, but it is reducing every month. I had discussed about this last week as well, and I will wait for the report that will come out in a week or so. So there is this website called mm, I forgot. Let me Google real quick. Yeah, Office for National Statistics. So they publish report every month. How was the job market and things like that. So yes, it has been suggesting that the number of jobs are reducing every month. So probably next week in live session, I will be able to tell how was the situation for May, and probably that will give us some idea. but I would assume that it is still going down, because recently, if you have seen a news something, you would have seen that US was about to default on their debt. So that was a big thing. They didn't do anything special, they just increased the uh, debt limit or something like that. So it's not like they have escaped it. They probably would have escaped it for another 5 years or something, but uh, it's not something that will just avoid that completely. So yeah, every country is in a difficult situation right now, and so is the economy of the world. And because of that, the number of jobs are reducing everywhere. But yeah, whatever will be the status next week or next month, if I learn something new, I will certainly share that with you guys. What is your room rent in UK? My room rent is 475 pounds per month. Yeah, including bills. Can you make a video which modules slash parts of data science one should practice before starting MSc in September? I am revising stuff and developing portfolio website on Python, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, but can't cover all. I already have a video, so I posted that link in the chat earlier, but I will post it again. So hopefully this is the one, or maybe not. Yeah, this is the video I have posted in the chat, so you can check out this video. Here I have discussed about all the prerequisites, that they're not exactly prerequisites because most of the universities will cover all these things, but it's good to learn these things beforehand. So yeah, you can watch this video. Can you please explain how can I apply to university by myself, or should I go with consultants? So what I would suggest is, applying to universities is not that hard of a deal, because I applied myself to most of the universities, and I also took help from consultancies to apply to some of the universities just to see the difference. And I felt like I got offer from the universities where I applied myself, because the thing is, when I'm applying myself, I will fill out all the fields very carefully, and I will submit the documents whatever is needed very carefully, because I am submitting my own application. And when the consultants are submitting your application, they are filling out like hundreds of applications for students, so they will just apply in bulk and they won't really pay too much attention to the application. So that's there. Having said that, it's not like they will make your application bad. They will submit all the required applications. So if you don't want to go through the trouble of applying on your own, yes, you can take help from consultancies, but I would suggest applying on your own is a better thing to do. And if you decide, or if you choose to go with the consultancies, what I would suggest is choose the universities on your own. Don't select universities from their list. You should make your, of course you can reference their list of universities, but you don't really have to stick to only those universities. Choose your universities on your own, and if you feel like a particular university is good for you and it is not on their list, you should still tell them that I want to apply to this university, can you please do that for me? So they should do it. Now once they have applied for you, you should ask for credentials and you should log in to each and every application, and you need to see how they have applied, and to all which all universities they have applied to. So let's say you applied for 4 universities, so you should ask for 4 different credentials so that you can log on to universities page and you can see the status of your applications. Because sometimes I've seen some university, they just say that yes, we have applied to so and so university, but in actuality they haven't. So you need to ask them the credentials as well. So these are the few things that you need to keep in mind while applying for any university. How you go in UK? By through the Indian company, or you were being called by the company in the UK? I did my masters in the UK, so yeah, I applied to universities. I came here as a student, and as a student, I finished my masters, and after that, I found a job here. There are other ways as well. If you are working in India and uh, in like companies like Accenture, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, so they have clients from US and UK. So if you are able to get a project where your clients are from UK, then there could be possibility that your company will send you on site, and that's how one of my friend, she was able to come to UK. The other thing is, if you are in a product based company and the company is actually based in, let's say, US or UK, and they have their branch in India, and if you perform really well, then they might uh, give you on site and you might be able to move to the headquarters. So yeah, those are the different ways how you can go to UK. As for me, I came here as a student. I'm going for MSc Data Science at MMU with the placement here. When one should start to apply, and most importantly, which companies in Manchester one should target? So I won't say you need to target a particular or specific company. You should apply to as many data science roles as you can, because if you, yes, of course, there might be some good companies which you might be interested in. You can prepare your resume very tailored to those companies, and that may or may not work, but yes, you can put some extra effort to get into those companies if you really want to. uh, but in my opinion, I have seen a lot of people, they try tailoring their resume to a specific company, but it didn't work out very well. But when you go to YouTube, people say that you need to tailor your resume to a specific role. Maybe it just sound good to say that on YouTube. People will feel like yes, I should do that, but I've seen a lot of people doing that and it didn't work. So I would say apply to as many roles as you can. Yes, it is important that if you are applying for various different roles, so let's say you are applying for data scientist role, and then you are applying for data analyst role, and then you are applying for business analyst role, your resume will be different for all these different kind of roles. You can't really submit your business analyst resume in a data scientist role opening. So yeah, that is something you need to keep in mind. Now, about companies in Manchester, I don't really have much idea about it. If you really want to stay in Manchester after that, yes, it is totally possible. There are a lot of companies in Manchester, so you should be able to find something there. But I would say if you are fine in relocating to other areas, you should mention it on your cover letter and also on your CV that you are open to move to any other location, and you should actually apply to uh, companies in other locations as well. And one should start applying. I would say once you finish your first semester, I think that's a good starting point, because you will be able to learn quite a lot of things, and you will be doing some projects, so you can put those projects in your resume, in your portfolio, and that's when you can start applying for different roles. And I think if you start in your second semester or after your first semester, you should primarily focus on graduate roles, because usually there is a gap, or they give you some buffer time of around 5 to 6 months, until when you can join the role. So you can start with the graduate roles. Once you have a graduate role, you are safe, you have a job offer in your hand, and after that you can start applying for different type of roles, like a data scientist role, data analyst role, or something like that. So I would say going like that. But if you want to start with normal roles like data scientist or data analyst role, and if you don't want to apply for a graduate role, that's totally fine. You can do that as well. How to speak freely in data science interviews? uh, I think the key is, if you have the confidence that yes, you know good amount of things in data science field, you know how to carry out a data science project from start to the finish, and you know all the technicalities, you will automatically speak freely, because you're not scared, you're not nervous. You know whatever question they will ask, you will have an answer to that. And also you need to keep in mind that you won't know the answer to everything. Data science is a vast field. You, even if you learn like everything, and even if you have experience of, let's say, 10 to 15 years, you won't know everything, because this is a very fast growing field. Every day there is something new, and it's hard to keep up with everything. But if you are able to keep up with most of the things, that should be fine, because you won't be able to keep up with everything. So those are the things that will give you confidence, and that's how you will be able to speak freely. Other thing is, yes, of course, you have to have good communication skills. You don't need to process what you want to speak, it should just come automatically. And when you have good understanding about a concept, you will be able to explain them in a much easier way, and that's what most of the companies are looking for. So yeah, those are the things which I can suggest. Where did you where did you do your BSc in data science, and how did you manage money for going in UK and for MSc? So I did BTech or BE. I didn't do BSc. I did my bachelor's in computer science and not in data science. I did my bachelor's from VTU, Vishweshwarya Technical University, if you know of it. It's in Karnataka. I did my bachelor's from Bangalore. So that's all about my bachelor's. And how did you manage your money for MSc? So I took loan and I had some savings. I also had some work experience. So I had like 3 years of experience before doing my masters. So yes, I had some savings and I took a loan as well. So that's how I funded my education. Hi, I am planning to apply to University of Hertfordshire MSc Data Science and Analytics with placement year. Is placement year worth it? So if you are a fresher, if you don't have any experience, yes, I would suggest taking placement year, but it is not something which is must or mandatory, because some of my friends from Northumberland University, they did not take placement year, and they have been able to find something relevant to their course. So it's not something which is very important, but if you want to have some extra time to find a job, find a role, yes, you can go for placement here. Thanks. I am mechanical engineering graduate currently working in India as data analyst with 1 year of experience. Is 1 year of experience enough, or should I wait for 1 more year before applying? The more experience you have, the better. 1 year experience, yes, it could be considered because it is in a relevant field. But if you have 2 or more years of experience, that is a very good spot. And that's when things become relatively easy to find a job. I won't say it will be like a walk in a park, but it will still be better than uh, people who are trying to find a job with less experience or no experience. So I would suggest, if you can wait for another year, you will learn quite a lot of things. Um, you will start to appreciate more what you want to learn, because in 2 years you will be able to figure out quite a lot of different areas of data science, and then you will be able to figure out which are the fields which you are interested in uh, within the data science or data analytics field. And then you can focus your whole energy and whole learning on that particular concept when you will be doing your masters. So I would say, yes, it's good to have 2 or more years of experience, but if you don't have time, yes, you can go for masters with just 1 year experience. But if you ask me, I would suggest having 2 years or more would be a better option. Does data science companies in UK recruit students from top universities of UK? Yes, they will do. Why not? How difficult is it to manage part-time job with your assignments along with cleaning, cooking? Um, I would say it is manageable, but you'll have to prioritize quite a lot. You have to prioritize your assignments first, and once you are done with your assignments, then you can focus on your other things. Of course, cleaning, cooking is very important. So I would say assignments will come first, then cooking, then cleaning, and the part-time job come. They both will go hand in hand. It also depends on your financial conditions, but I would say that would be my priority list. And here the part-time jobs are quite flexible, so when you have your assignment deadlines, you can always take leave, and you can focus your whole time and energy on your assignments, and you can just skip your work for few days or maybe weeks. So that should be fine. But yeah, it is manageable. A lot of people have done it, and I was doing my internship, and we also had some other university work before I started doing my dissertation. And luckily I was able to take my internship project as a dissertation, so it solved quite a lot of problems for me. But yeah, if you are doing some part-time job, then it could be a little bit hectic. So yes, you need to prioritize things. How were you able to network well at University of Newcastle? Did you join any particular club, organization, or society? So I did not join any club, organization, or society. I used to attend meetups, and there I used to talk to various type of people from various backgrounds. So that's there, and I was always open to help others wherever I could. I was able to help a lot of people. I was in touch with most of the faculty members, so that's how I was able to have a good relation with a lot of people in the university. How to get into top universities of UK for MSc? What is eligibility criteria for it? So if you're going for masters, you need to have good score in your bachelor's, so at least 70%, I would say. That's one thing. Other thing is, if you have some relevant experience, so experienced people have good chance of getting into those universities. Other things that you can do is to probably have your own projects or startup sort of thing. That is again something which makes you stand out. You can always volunteer for different type of work, or you can volunteer in different NGOs. So those are a few things that, and I have talked them uh, in a priority order. So whichever is most important, I have talked about that first, and least important at the last. So yeah, that's how you can improve your profile. In spite of experience in data analytics, will my graduation in mechanical make things hard while applying getting job in data field in the UK? I would say no, it won't, because you have relevant experience. Maybe in interviews here and there, they might ask you, you did your bachelor's in mechanical and you moved to data analysis role. Why? So if you have a good answer for that, if you have a justification for that, it's totally fine. Companies don't really mind you are coming from different background. There are a lot of big CEOs in big companies. They are coming from various different backgrounds, and yet they are able to become CEO of big tech companies. So it doesn't really matter what your bachelor's was in, as long as you have the skills, as long as you are able to justify your transition and you have experience to show. Yeah, that's all what matters. It doesn't really gonna affect much. Your bachelor's degree won't affect much. You're welcome, MT. Are you married? What's your age now? I'm 27 and I'm not married yet. Anyone here fancy watching Formula One? Just curious. I guess not. That's alright. Thank you so much for such important info. I will start applying. All the best, Shashank. Did I miss your question, my tuber? I mean, you're asking what? I don't know. I don't know what it is referencing to. Well, we are about to reach 1 hour. What you say about film? Which, it's not film. It's a sport, Formula One. So it's a car racing. I like to watch it. It's this weekend. It's Spanish Grand Prix. So yeah, qualifiers in like 2 to 3 hours, I guess, from now on. So yeah, that's what I will be watching this evening probably. Yeah, so that's what I was asking. Do you guys also watch Formula One? When will you next do a YouTube live? What time and date, Rush? So I do these live sessions every Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. So yeah, if you want to join, you can always join on Saturdays, 12 p.m. UK time. What's the Indian time right now? I think India is 5.5 hours ahead. 4.5. Yeah. So yeah, 4:30 IST. Thanks, Rupa. By what is needed to get hired after MSc Data Science projects? Links. Please guide me. Please guide me by considering current job market. So there are few things. Yes, CV is important, and when you are creating your CV, you have to provide impact numbers, how your project and past work has contributed in companies or organizations success. So that is something which you need to mention every time, uh, in whatever project that you are doing. And apart from that, nowadays most of the companies, including me, if I'm trying to look for a resume, and if I'm trying to shortlist people, I always look out for their portfolio. I always look out for their GitHub, what type of projects they have done, and how it's not just about what projects they have done. I also look at the folder structure, how they have structured their project. Are they putting different files into different repositories, and they have structured it in a proper manageable way? I look out for those kind of things as well. So if you are doing a project and if you're just pushing everything on GitHub just like that, it doesn't give a good impression to the hiring manager. You need to structure it very well. If you want to get idea about how you need to structure your project, you can go to my GitHub. You will be able to find the link in the description. Go to my GitHub profile. You can you can see various repositories. You will be able to see I've created readme file. I have created different folder structure, and I have put different files in different folders. I've also included git ignore file. So those kind of things are very important. They might sound insignificant, but they do play a role. So that is one thing. And then when you create your portfolio, it should look good, it should look presentable. I think I have a portfolio of myself. I created it long back, but yes, it does the job. So yeah, those are the things that you should do. And nowadays I think it has become much more easier to host your machine learning models using Streamlit. So if you do that, and if you share those links in your resume or in your portfolio, and when a hiring manager is able to interact with your tool which you have created, it will give a very good impression about your work ethics and work knowledge. So you should do that as well. So yeah, those are the things which I think you should do, and it should be able to make you stand out of other people, because not many people are doing that kind of thing. Flight ticket from India to London. Flight prices keep varying from 50k to 70k. Totally depends on time to travel. Yes, I totally agree with that. Thanks, Rupa, for answering that question. We are almost about to hit 1 hour. If we don't have any more questions, I will end the live Q&A and I will see you guys next Saturday 12 p.m. UK time. Bye everyone. Have a great weekend. Sure, go ahead. Cheers, Rupa. Now we're getting few more questions. I'll take them, it's fine. Can you briefly summarize what a typical data scientist job role is like? Uh, what is the job? It very much depends on company to company, what role's been given to you. I worked in two roles and they were completely different from each other. First one was data scientist role and it was in a startup. There I was working purely on technical stuff, cleaning the data, extracting different type of features, training a model, and predictive models and things like that. So that was my first role. And when I moved to the other one, here I am dealing with data transformation quite a lot. So data is coming from various different sources. We need to put them into proper structure. We need to create a dashboard for our other team members so that they can get all the key information in one place. I'm also interacting with a lot of different teams. I'm interacting with people from business side to understand their requirements. I'm trying to understand the financial aspect of a particular project. So there are quite a lot of things going on in my current role. So it very much depends from company to company and also at what level you are working. So if you are working on a relatively junior level, probably you will be doing only technical part or maybe just data cleaning side and data analysis side. When you move a little bit higher on the ladder, then maybe you will be interacting with a lot of business aspect as well. So yeah, that's how it looks to me right now, and it will be different in other companies. So it could be completely different. Please guide me how to find a job after masters because we have 2 years of post-study work visa to get a job, else there is no other way. Could you please roadmap this thing? So one most popular thing which everyone will try is applying on LinkedIn and other platforms like Indeed, Read, Target Job, Total Job, CV Library, and those kind of websites. And you should do it too. There are chances that your CV might get picked and you will be invited for an interview. Once you have an interview, make sure that you clear that interview. And to ensure that, you have to be good with your skills, you have to be confident, you have to be good with your communication skills. So those are the things that you can do. Apart from that, there are few other things that you can do, and I mentioned this like multiple times in this live session for internship, and same goes for jobs as well. Participate in various hackathons, participate in various meetups, talk to people, talk to your professors, ask them for guidance, tell them what you are doing, how you are doing, do they have any roles within the university. A lot of universities they hire data analysts, data scientists also, so you might be able to find something within the university. So those are the things that you can do. Apart from that, I think I already talked about how you can improve your portfolio and profile. So if you do all these things, I'm pretty sure you should be able to find something within 6 months to 1 year, considering current job scenario. So you should be able to find something within that time period. I've enrolled for MSc Advanced Computer Science with Artificial Intelligence um, from University of Strathclyde. Can you tell me the scope of this course in UK? Also, how should I be prepared for it? Also, I don't have any experience in AI, but I 2 years of work experience in software development. That's totally fine. You have relevant experience, I would say, because you have good amount of coding experience and things like that, which is very important if you want to get into AI field. And I would say you are doing your masters in advanced computer science, which is a very vast field, and you have opportunities to get into software development if you choose to. There are a lot of software development roles which involve artificial intelligence. So if I talk about Amazon or Google, they don't really have specific AI engineer. I mean, they do have, but they are very much specialized. But they have many software development roles, and still you will be dealing with quite a lot of AI or machine learning sort of thing. So I think it has a good scope. And after doing this artificial intelligence, it depends what things they are covering as part of artificial intelligence. If they are covering traditional machine learning and deep learning things or concepts, it's totally fine. And also if they are covering data manipulation and maybe statistics and mathematical concepts, then yes, you have a very good scope, is because you can apply for all the data science roles as well. So yeah, I would say it's a good course, and you should have a number of opportunities. You're welcome, Furkan. If I pronounce your name wrong, please forgive me. Can you tell why studying in UK university is good? Uh, it is a very subjective thing. So um, even I want to understand why people want to come to UK. I will tell you my reasons. So I wanted to finish my masters quite soon. I didn't want to spend 2 years on masters degree because it just didn't make much sense to me. It's because I had already learned quite a lot of concepts in data science, and I had some experience in data science. So I thought if I spend like 2 years to learn same things, it is not worth. So that was one selling point for me, and probably the most important one. The course is just for 1 year, so I will be able to finish my course quickly, and I will be able to get back into the job market soon. So that was the most important thing. Second was second was probably the climatical conditions, because I prefer to be in colder places. So that's why, yes, it rains quite a lot here, but that is not a problem for me. I don't like rain, yes, but it's fine. It's not like it rains very heavily like what it happens in India. In India, if it is raining, you just can't go out. But here, if it's raining, you put on a jacket, you can go out. It's totally fine. So that was the second reason. When I came here, it was the COVID time, so the economy of whole world was bad, and I just couldn't tell that how bad it will be in the UK. So that is something which I did not consider at that time, but right now it is looking really bad. And also, if you see the kind of expenses in the UK, it is everything is getting very very expensive, and also the wage hike is not too much. So those are some of the downsides which one should consider if they are planning to come to UK. um, so yeah, those are the things I have told you, the positives, my reason why I came here. And if you are coming now, you need to consider a few other factors as well. You're welcome, Shivam. Is MSc in UK more of like self-study? MSc courses in any other country probably except for India. It's self-study. You will have to study on your own quite a lot. You have to work on various projects. So yes, it is a self-study most of the times. They will provide you all the study materials, and you have to do all the hard work on your own. I got admission in Manchester Metropolitan University. Any review about that university, and what about industrial placement here? What is it? Industrial placement year video I have on my channel, so I will share the link for that. So this is the link. This will explain what placement year is. And in general, MMU is a really good university in terms of their course content and stuff. If you want to know more, I would suggest going to LinkedIn and ask people what was their experience, and what they feel about the university. But if I talk about the course content, it is really good. They have structured the course in a really well uh, defined manner, and they're covering almost all the things that are needed. All right, everyone. We are well over 1 hour now, so I will end this Q&A, and I'll see you guys again next Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.